Quiet down. I got one small question. How many people in here know what'll happen if I chase a nigga? Yeah. Funeral home? Boxwaker nigga? You get the open hand, the physical. Today we gonna see your allure modded. You got options. You can either meet me up there.
Hello. Give it a few more minutes. 11 watching. Awesome. All right. Hopefully today's gonna be better than my first stream. Okay. We're gonna play a little bit of Daylyt's opening real quick. Take it back a little bit.
Yeah. Funeral home? Boxwaker nigga? You get the open hand, the physical. Today we gonna see your allure modded. You got options. You can either meet me up there or end up floor spotted with your door dotted. They think because I've been in the industry, I don't remember how to kill. It's quill. Anybody holding up the floor got it. As far as lines, minds erase shit. This sky and space shit gonna lay you in the facade. They ain't tell you creators have creators. I'ma show you the difference between an alien and a god.
Okay, so. All right. In the building, I had it Nitty 2-1. And I knew going in that I thought I was going to have Daylyt possibly 3-0 before the battle. But I knew there was a chance that I could have Nitty in the building. I got Nitty in the building. I watched it again today. I went to Planet Fitness, got a workout in. And my mind has completely changed. Daylyt clearly got the first. Nitty clearly got the second. And Daylyt clearly got the third. And I knew while I was watching it, I'm thinking, Daylyt is probably going to get this first on cam, but the feeling, like everything, just including the beginning of the second for Daylyt, it just felt like Nitty won that battle. And I will give Nitty the battle in the building, 100%. I don't doubt that. But on the watch back, Daylyt killed Nitty in that first. And Daylyt did what he wanted Nitty to do he wanted Lux to do versus Nitty, which was use the gray angle. And Daylyt found a way, even though it wouldn't have been as good as if Lux had done it, he still found a way to pull that off. All right, so I want to go to this quote right here. And this is the quote in the third, anti-disestablishment. That is the theme of the battle, anti-disestablishment. And he says this, I believe, 53 minutes into the battle. He said, let's go to it. I'm gonna play a little bit of it on my tablet so that you guys can see.
Walk it home. How we gonna walk it home? Bring it home.
53-minute mark.
I'm back around without a single punch about killing, dealing, sliding, Glock fire, none of that top and rock violence, pure skill. Most of the time, these niggas are not rhyming. I give you some new words: anti-disestablishment, griot, perplexing. Look, it's a nigga in the crowd like I'm not buying it. You know, just because he got a whole bunch of big words don't mean he's saying some shit. Well, just because you don't understand don't mean he's not dying.
Bat- battle over. Battle over. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean he's not dying. And that's the theme of the entire battle. The second, however, I still think the second's a very good round from Daylyt. It's just I can't give him the second. But that bar right there in the 53 minutes into the third, 3 minutes into the battle, Daylight's third, clearly won the battle. And I'm wearing this hat because Daylyt won that. Anti-disestablishment. And what makes this such a crazy bar to me is that before the battle, I was thinking of some bars that Daylyt could say to Nitty. And one of the bars was using the word anti-disestablishmentarianism. And I'd never heard it used in battle rap. And so when I first heard, the first watch, I didn't hear him actually say that. I heard the griot part, and he used the griot as the opening to the battle. He used the you see the G, our eyes, OT is we not, right? So he says the word griot in the very beginning of the battle, and I also have a YouTube short of the teaser of him using the griot thing. But anti dis establishment. This goes back to the King Los battle and the King Bao battle, where indirect gun bars are the new art direct to make the bar connect, right? I don't need a single gun line because I am the architect. Bust colostrum, swallow hollow Mac talk. Anti-disestablishmentarianism now rest in the God tier of those other phrases I just said. Don't diss the establishment. No, that's saying Daylyt is going to bring about an anti-diss to the establishment, which are his rounds, where he's not dissing Nitty. He's rebirthing Nitty. He's giving Nitty life. Right? Okay. Alright. Doing alright. Thank you. I'm doing alright. Alright. We're gonna erase this. Now. Put this back. Okay. The next bar we're going to do, we're going to go to Rum Nitty. Rum Nitty, beginning of his third, which I believe is the best part of the entire battle for Rum Nitty. He begins his third with and I caught it immediately. Like the moment he said the first words, I knew what he was doing. Which, all right.
Are y'all ready? Like Ronstein. They done brought the best. Said over my dead
Oh, first of all, this is crazy.
body. In paper minutes later. This a favor. I'm a killer. He said over my dead body. Defibrillators. Lift the can.
That's crazy. Over my dead body, defibrillators. All right, but that's not what we're looking for. I don't.
This I'll be in the corner.
Okay.
It was really times where I couldn't adapt. I mean, life was whooping my ass. But me thinking I control everybody, it was pushing me back. I remember days it was shit to eat. Couldn't relax. Going through stages with no clothes. It would look at us bad. You ever had to rob shit to pay the rent? Or get put out the pad? The first and second you was asked out, and by the third you had to put on a mat. I hated them days. I hated them days.
And that I think is one of that goes up there with his Lux scheme at the first in his first versus Lux where he was lighted Lux. I mean, sorry, when he was loaded Nitty. And this is lighted Nitty right here, enlightened Nitty. From the very first bar of this third, I knew he was doing a Daylyt trolling scheme, and it was so fire. I don't think a lot of people in the building caught it, like as quickly. I think they caught it right when he gets to the final mask part.
It was really times where I couldn't adapt. I mean, life was whooping my ass. But me.
So life was whooping, right? That goes to the, sorry, that goes to the slavery thing he did against Pat Stay, right?
Me thinking I control everybody.
I control everybody instantly.
It was pushing me back. I remember
It was pushing me back.
the days it was shit to eat.
I remember the days it was to eat, you know,
Couldn't relax. Going through stages
going through stages
with no clothes.
with no
It would look
clothes.
at us bad. You ever had to rob shit to pay the rent? Or get put out the pad?
So I'm gonna clap this up, right?
The first and second you was asked out, and by the third you had to put on a mat.
Spawn, right? So as soon as he started that scheme, my ears were immediately turned on, and I was like, "Yo, this is fire! This is so
I
good."
hated them days.
I hated them days, and everyone hated those days. Like all those trolls, everyone hated those days.
I hated them days.
Better than Mr.
But I
Beast.
remember my
Right?
past well. I had to get up and get it. Wasn't getting my hand held. I used
Okay. All right. So let's go back to Rum Nitty. Rum Nitty did so well. It's hard for me to say it's the best Rum Nitty I've ever seen. I do think it's the best written. No. It is the best Rum Nitty I've ever seen. Like clearly, I would say Lux and Av Nitty are also up there as the best Nitty I've ever seen. But this one, by far, pen wise, his writing pen was one of the best pens I'd ever heard. And I thought Real Sick had one of the best performances I've ever seen, outside of his third round versus Ilmac. But yeah, Real Sick, I think was my personal battler of the night because I don't know if it was the room was super explosive to him, but I lost my voice watching the Real Sick battle.
one round with Web. It's a dream catcher.
One round with Reb is a dream guy. All right, so let's go back and let's listen to this Daylyt intro, and let's see if you guys remember the Griot scheme.
Oh, y'all hear me? Quiet down. Quiet down. I got one small question, like a small question. How many people in here know what'll happen if I chase a nigga? Funeral home? Box waker nigga? You get the open hand, the fist. Today we gonna see your allure modded. You got options. You can either meet me up there or end up floor spotted with your door dotted. They think because I've been in the industry, I don't remember how to kill. It's quill. Anybody holding up the floor got it. As far as lines, minds erase shit. This sky and space shit gonna lay you in the facade. They ain't tell you creators have creators. I'ma show you the difference between an alien and a god.
Okay, so first of all, he's talking to Rum Nitty in this verse. He's like the alien schemes are going absolutely wild. Like, did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch those alien schemes? Be honest. Like, be honest. Did y'all catch that? I'm gonna run this back a little bit.
As far as lines, minds erase shit. This sky and space shit gonna lay you in the facade. They ain't tell you.
The skies and spaceship is going to lay you in a facade. Like, talk that alien abduction stuff. And it's his pen is so layered, it's ridiculous.
Creators have creators.
Creators have creators, right?
I'ma show you the difference between an alien and a god.
1-0. It really was 1-0 at that point, but we're not going to disrespect Rum Nitty.
Oh, we about to get distance. To the end, you made it. In sin, you waited as they glance at the stream with faith missing. I'm seen as what they miss. You stated. Now you in the view and liquidated is the focal point of my late mission. The cornea shall be flooded, thinking we can be tied as I leak the. Hold on.
The cornea flooded, I leaked the tide, right? But tide within the water. So tide. What's crazy is that he's doing the cornea leaking. Sorry, wait. Let me run that back.
You stated. Now you in the view and liquidated.
The view and liquidated. So I liquid or I water
is the focal point of my late mission.
Focal point of my late mission, right? So it's another I in water. Run it back.
You've traveled a great distance. You've traveled a great distance. To the end, you made it. In sin,
I didn't even catch that until just now. That was a crazy rum flip. Oh no! I gotta write that down. I usually catch these, but I didn't catch this one. I caught Bria until the end. All right. Wait, let me rewind that.
You've traveled a great distance. To the end, you made it.
So you've traveled a great distance. To the end, you made it.
Sin. You've traveled a great distance. To the end, you made it. In sin.
In sin, and to the end, you made it, man. Oh my gosh. That was insane.
You waited. You've traveled a great distance. To the end, you made it. In sin, you waited as they glance at the stream with faith missing. I'm seen as what they miss. You stated.
Okay, wait, sorry. I forgot what I was looking for. Sorry. Okay.
Traveled a great distance. To the end, you made it. In sin,
That is so crazy. You traveled a great distance, and to the end, you made it is insane. That is insane.
Waited as they glanced at the.
So first of all, you waited as they glanced. You waited as they glanced.
Distance. To the end, you made it. In sin, you waited as they glanced at the stream with faith missing.
Glance at the stream. Right. All right. So we're doing glance stream.
I'm seen as what they miss.
I'm seen as what they miss. Seen missed. Seen missed.
Stated. Now you in the view with faith missing. I'm seen as what they miss. You stated. Now you in the view and liquidate.
View and liquidated.
It is the focal point of my late mission.
Focal point of late mission.
The cornea shall be flooded. The
Cornea should be flooded. And his name is Cornell, by the way. Cornell Powell.
liquidated is the focal point of my late mission.
But then the cornea shall be flooded. Shall be flooded, right? The corn. And you remember, he makes a reference to the corn at the end of this round as well. Or is it the end of the third? The crop circle. No, it's the end of the second where he makes the crop circle, the corn.
The cornea shall be flooded, thinking we can be tied. As
Tied. So tied is so far because the other ones are like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But then tied puts them both together. So I with tied in water. That's insane. That's the most impressive of the string.
I lead the hold on.
And then he says,
the
I lead.
cornea shall be flooded, thinking we can be tied. As I lead the hold on.
It is so insane. This reminds me of the Groot scheme he did.
Sin, you waited as they glanced at the distance.
Insane,
To
you
the
waited.
end, you made it. In sin, you waited as they glanced at the stream with faith missing. I'm seen as what they miss. You stated. Now you in the viewing liquidated is the focal point of my late mission. The cornea shall be flooded, thinking we can be pride as I lead the disguise of the eighth vision. The criteria. Mind delirium shows your criteria will decline in tears.
Criteria. Oh my gosh. Like, criteria. The whole thing is a criteria. Like, the whole thing is crying tears. The whole thing is cry. I love it. And then he does say, well, I think I'm missing one.
Shall be flooded, thinking we can be pride as I lead the disguise of the eighth vision.
So the 8 vision, I link to the skies of the 8 vision. I link to the skies of the disguise of the 8 vision. Disguise of the 8 vision. I know a disguise, like disguise of the 8 vision. Are you saying 8 or 8?
Shall be flooded, thinking we can be pride as I lead the disguise of the eighth vision.
I linked to the disguise of the 8 vision. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to come back to
The
that.
criteria, mind delirium shows your criteria will decline in tear. The time is here. Watch, wait, listen as every drop of water hits the mud. The flood to create the wake. See, safety for those who incline the hill. Saw the cascade, the innate peak, the great.
The cascade is crazy. That's crazy. That he's talking about a tear in the hill. The cascade. Oh, that's crazy.
Safety for those who incline the hill.
See, incline the hill, the cascade. That is insane. The safety for the incline, because you know when if you like break your leg, you incline, like they have your leg inclined. That's crazy.
Saw the cascade, the create the wake. See, safety for those who incline the hill. Saw the cascade, the innate peak, the great.
Oh, by the way, he also did the wake sea, the wake in the water. So the wake sea, he's still on the eye vision, by the way. The wake and sea.
See, safety for those who incline the hill. Saw the cascade, the innate peak, the great meek who inherit the earth shall be ghosts. Talk hunted, faith speak for those who want to be saved. Safety for those who incline the hill. Saw the cascade, the innate peak, the great meek who inherit
The innate peep. That's crazy.
the earth shall be ghosts. Talk hunted.
The innate peep. So who's to inherit the earth? The innate people. So the first people who shall inherit the earth.
Faith speak for those who want to be saved. Repeat after me. Say, break free in my name. My pain ain't the rain or the storming. The rap shore captured on camera without the warning. Glorious. My
That's crazy. The rap shore captured on the camera without the warning, without the war. The rapture without the war. Oh, that's crazy. Without the warning. But the rap is sure captured on cam without the warning.
story disguised as the origin. Just who I am. Day on the rise. It ties into your morning.
This who I am. Day on the rise. It ties into your morning. Crazy. Yeah, chest, yeah. But this is for the VOD mostly.
Trust me, it's early. It's early. Death be your true end. Don't pretend like you understand as a weight plead wrong. Mentally break free as they lead without lead. My only request is all men take heed. Mandatory glory for those who believe we can.
All men take heed is crazy. All men take heed. It's crazy. We're gonna run that back.
It's early. Death be your true end. Don't pretend like you understand as awake plead wrong. Mentally break free as they lead without lead. My only request is all men take heed. Mandatory glory for those who believe we can.
Mandatory glory. I didn't even realize all take heed. Mandatory glory. That's crazy.
Complete trust. From the dust you came, the dust you shall return. The lesson's tough. Humanity's final destination is calamity. The pearly gates awaits you all. I guess it's up.
The pearly gates awaits you all. I guess it's up. And he's talking about from the dust you shall return. He's saying even God created aliens. He's like, and God can return you right back to that same dust. It's crazy.
This is tough. Humanity's final destination is calamity. The pearly gates awaits you all. I guess it's up. The angel.
And by the way, the pearly gates awaits you all. Wall as well. Pearly gates awaits you all. It's crazy. Awaits you, because remember, think about it. When you're at the pearly gates, you're waiting alongside the. Don't worry about it.
No, listen, I am. It's gonna come.
Oh, shit.
The angel with the angle at the entrance of heaven's neglected shows I have perfected where the exit is.
Of heaven's neglected show I perfected where the exit is. Heaven's neglected, so they're going to have to go back down there. Like when they're gonna have to exit heaven. Like he's talking about like Nephilim, fallen angels and stuff like that. He's basically talking about aliens, right? So I mean, if you know, or if you've read up on like Zechariah Ascension, and his what do you call them, the ancient Sumerian mythology, you would get it. Like the Nephilim are basically like the Nephilim, and a lot of the biblical figures are supposedly aliens, right? They're like Anunnaki. He's going to mention this stuff. We're just going to let it rock.
The entrance of heaven's neglected shows I have perfected where the exit is. 2, 3s, 9s. They align with the hues of men.
2, 3, 9. All right, this is the part I wanted to do. Okay, 2, 3, 9. Exodus. All right. Now I should have had a real Bible with me. That would have been so much better. But we're gonna do this. So if you can put in the chat while we're looking at this, let me know. Or let me know what these Bible verses are if I skip one. So first, I think we're looking at Exodus 2:39. I don't even know if it goes up that high, so I'll see.
Where the exit is. 2, 3s, 9s.
2, 3s, 9s. 2, 3s, 9s. Okay, well, maybe he's saying 2, 3, 3, 9. We'll see. Okay, so Exodus. Exodus 2, 3. Two, 3, 3, 9. Let's try 2, 3, 9. I don't know how long the book of Exodus is. Okay. Exodus 23:39. Sorry, I'm so stupid. I forgot that's how it works. All right, so we're gonna look at Exodus 23:39, and it is it's 40 chapters, so 2, 3, and 3. So it says Exodus only has 40 chapters. So let's figure out how he's breaking this down.
Heaven's neglected shows I have perfected where the exit is. 2, 3s, 9s. They align with
2, 3, 9. Let's try Exodus 23:9. Okay, yeah. I had it right the first time. I'm stupid. Okay. Y'all shall not oppress a foreigner, for you know the feelings of a foreigner, having yourself been foreigners in the land of Egypt. Okay, and so their definition, the AI definition is on this verse emphasizes the importance of threatening strangers and foreigners with compassion and understanding, reminding the Israelites of their own experience as foreigners. And that goes back to Griot, and as well as anti-disestablishment, which he mentions in the third, right? Which is the bar of the battle, anti-disestablishment, right? All right, so we can see we have. Where's my eraser? I'll just use this one. Okay. So we have. I'm gonna erase Griot for now. We're gonna do this. Exodus 2, 3, 9. All right. So that is the first mention of aliens, right? Exodus 2, 23, 9. Right? And so foreigners, this is like when he's mentioning foreigners, the same thing as aliens, right? So once again, Exodus 23, 9 says, "You shall not oppress a foreigner, for you know the feeling of a foreigner having yourself been foreigners in the land of Egypt." All right. We're going to keep it going.
With the hewest of men, sad to see a tragedy for the days of a Grey's Anatomy.
Fire. The tragedy of the days of a Grey's Anatomy. That's crazy. So, obviously, the Grey's Anatomy, the tragedy of a Grey's Anatomy, but then the death of a. So, like when they exhume the bodies of, these aliens, supposedly the Greys, which are the most common. Obviously, Ramidi is the alien, right? So the Grey's Anatomy, and this is also a Lux tie-in.
Along with the hewest of men, sad to see a tragedy.
The hewest of men, by the way, color. So like the hewest of men, and he's going to go into a gray scheme right here that I think most people miss. So the hewest of men, right?
For the days of a Grey's Anatomy, had to be some non.
And by the way, Grey's Anatomy. So the days of a Grey's Anatomy. So as in like the days of shooting people, Grey's Anatomy. Like there's so much going on here. There's so much going on here.
Of men, sad to see a tragedy for the days of a Grey's Anatomy. Had to be some non-color hick on a
non-color hick, right?
Mothership, but
on the mothership, non-color hick on the mothership.
Tragedy for the days of a Grey's Anatomy. Had to be some non-color hick on a mothership, but as soon as they arrived, we blew through their skin.
As soon as they arrived, we blew through their skin. Crazy. So he's still talking about the Greys, right? As soon as they arrived, we blew through their skin. It's crazy. So that's an alien flip. That's also he's also doing an indigenous flip. Well, so like he's doing like what do you call it? A colonizer flip as well. As soon as they arrived, they blew through their skin. So you can imagine like the Greys, right? So when there's light flashing on it, you can kind of see this bluish hue. Allegedly, obviously, I've never seen a Grey, right, or any credible footage. Right, blew through their skin is crazy, and he's still talking about Grey's Anatomy. Blew through their skin, like I'm telling you guys. When I say Daylyt won this first clearly, and I'm so sad that I had Nitty on my first watch. Like, so we've already said so many alien flips, and we have one verse so far. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna write down our next verse.
Without a gun cock, Daylyt, I removed sun. As soon as they arrived, we blew through their skin. Without a gun cock, Daylyt, I removed sunblock.
I removed sunblock. As in blew through the skin. Also, blew through the skin is referencing them both being Crips, but mostly Rum Nitty being a Crip, right? And then it said sunblock, right? So then now we're just talking about the hood, but then also to stop the Daylyt from killing like the aliens, because apparently the aliens will burn through the sunlight, and so they have like some natural SPF 50, right, on their skin, like, including their eyelids, which are apparently lenses and not actually eyeballs. So like the black things are apparently lenses.
Pain to be chronicle. Skin without a gun cock. Daylyt, I removed sunblock. The pain to be chronicle. 2 knives, 50.
The pain will be chronicle. I love it.
Without a gun cock. Daylyt, I removed sunblock. The pain to be chronicle. 2 knives, 15 in the clip.
Okay, the chronicle, 2 9s, 15 in the clip, 29, 15. So, what is chronicle? Which chronicle is that? Is it just Chronicles? Am I right? Chronicles. Okay, yeah. I know the Bible a little bit. I just don't know. I'm not a super Bible scholar. I am a Christian, but I'm not a super scholar when it comes to that, which I probably should be since I am an English scholar. All right.
Aim Daylyt. I remove sunblock. The pain to be chronicled. 2 9s, 15 in the
2 9s, 15. 2 9s. Okay. 2 9s, 15. That's simple enough. 29, 15. First Chronicle. I'm assuming it's First Chronicles. Let me make sure he.
uncut. Daylyt. I remove sunblock. The pain to be chronicled. 2 9s, 15.
All right, he doesn't tell us which Chronicles it is, so we're just gonna go with First Chronicles, 29:15 from the NIV. All right. So, let me write that down. Chronicles. (29:15). All right, Chronicles 29:15. That's the one we're going to be looking at. All right, so it says, "We are foreigners and strangers in your sight, as we are. I mean, as we. Sorry, as we're. Okay, we are foreigners and strangers in your sight, as were all our ancestors. Our days on earth are like a shadow without hope." That's a Daylyt flip, and that's an alien flip. That's crazy. Our days on earth are like a shadow without hope. And he's talking about the sunblock, right? And what creates, what does a sunblock create? A shadow, all right? That's crazy, okay. We are foreigners and strangers in your sight. That's an alien, right? As were all our ancestors, all right? So then that's an indigenous flip. So he's doing the colonizer angle still. And he's doing the alien This is crazy because it's an alien and a colonizer flip at the same time, which are opposites, but then it's an alien colonizer flip. So which is still, it's insane. So like we have alien colonizer, and then colonizer alien flips all at the same time. And I know it's crazy. Okay, we're gonna continue.
15 in the clip. Daylyt. I remove sunblock. The pain to be chronicled. 2
Obviously, sunblock is person's head, right?
9s, 15 in the clip. Aim at the abdominal. 2 5.
Aim at the abdominal. Abdominal. I feel like there's something about the abdominal part. When I first heard it, I thought the abdominal had to do with something. Let's see.
The pain to be chronicled. 2 9s, 15 in the clip. Aim at the abdominal. 2
A domino. I think he goes into a domino scheme after this, maybe.
5 X you, but you were the chronicle. 2 9s, 15 in the clip. Aim at the abdominal. 2.
Hold up. Aim at the abdominal. That's a Bible. That's a book in the Bible. Wait, hold up. Gosh, I'm so sad that I'm not smart. I'm block. What are we doing? There's something here. He's. I don't think it's Obadiah. Amos. Like the first thing that came to my mind is Amos, but I don't know. Let's see. Well, all right. You can put it in the chat if you know abdominal. Let me. I might have to. I might go with Amos for now. I'm gonna try it again.
Unblock the pain to be chronicled. 2 9s, 15 in the clip. Aim at the abdominal. 2 5 X you, but
25XU. 25. Abdominal. 25XU. What is this? I'm missing something here.
be crawling through their skin without a gun cock. Daylyt. I remove sunblock. The pain to be chronicled. 2 9s, 15 in the clip. Aim at the abdominal. 2 5 X you, but you with a 10 to a
XU, but you with the 10. Shoot. Okay. I want to go with Amos. I want to go with Amos. But I don't. There's no proof that it's Amos. Abdominal.
Nah, it's 15 in the clip. Aim at the abdominal. 2-5.
Aim at the abdominal. Well, I could be off, and he could be linking it on the other side, and not this side. Damn, I don't want to let this one rock, but I might. Let me know if y'all.
X you, but you would attend 2 across. Plus we in the clip. Aim at the abdominal. 2-5 X you, but you would attend 2 across.
2-5 XU, but you with the 10 to. Okay. See, this is the part. This is why I said, like, this is why it would be great if y'all could help me. Because now he's getting into some stuff that I can't catch right now.
Out of gun cock, Daylyt, I remove sunblock, the pain to be chronicle. 2 nods, 15 in the clip. Aim at the abdominal. 2-5 X you, but you would attend 2 across.
Okay, you would 10-2 across. First of all, that's crazy. The 10-2 across. That's a great driving reference. For aim. Okay. I'm looking at all of the books of the Bible, and I'm not seeing anything that. Oh wait, hold up, wait. I didn't even look at the New Testament yet. Let's see. Not seeing anything in here either. Aim at the abdominal. Is this just? Is he talking about Is he talking about just? Is this the crucifixion? Because I know he goes into the cross, right? 10-2 across. You're gonna have to attend to a cross, right? But then 10-2 across. But then 10-2 across. Oh my gosh. Bro, my brain's not braining. Usually I can, usually my brain knows how to make these connections super fast, and it's not doing it right now. Let's see.
Out of gun cock, Daylyt, I remove sunblock, the pain to be chronicle. 2 nods, 15 in the clip. Aim at the abdominal. 2-5 X you, but you would attend 2 across. Plus, we gotta show respect. The domino effect is a whole box. This whole plot is to say they not here to see what you do with the pen. Skin without 10 in the clip. Aim at the abdominal. 2-5 X you, but you would
2-5 XU. 2-5 XU. 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 2-5 XU. 2-5 XU. I'm gonna give it one more minute, and then I'm just gonna have to give up. Maybe Exodus. Maybe 2-5 XU. Oh, don't worry. Like, this is just day one of doing this research, so I'll have the full thing later. 2-5 XU. I'm gonna go with Exodus 2-5 XU. Exodus 2-5. I'm gonna just go with Exodus 2-5. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if okay. The story recounts Pharaoh's daughter while bathing in the Nile discovers a basket. No.
chronicle. 2 nods, 15 in the clip. Aim at the abdominal. 2-5 X you, but you would attend.
2-5 XU, but you with a 10. XU is you with a 10 anyway. 2-5-10. Let's try the Exodus 25-10. Because X is a 10. Okay, so Exodus 25:10 instructs the Israelites to make an ark of acacia wood, sorry, specifying its dimensions 2.5 cubits long, a cubit and a half wide, and a cubit and a half high. Obviously, the Ark of the Covenant. Shoot, this is bad. I don't. I'm trying.
2 nines, 15 in the clip. Aim at the abdominal. 2 5 action, but you with a 10, 2 across. Plus, we gotta show respect. The domino effect.
Gotta show of respect.
The whole box, this whole plot.
Oh, you know what? I'm so stupid. I am absolutely stupid. Duh. All right. Sorry, we found it. I'm so dumb. I found it on accident. Okay, here we go. Duh, I am so stupid. I caught it immediately and didn't realize because it was so easy. I didn't believe in myself. Yep, there it is. Exodus 25:10. 100% guaranteed. How I know? He says, let's run that back up. I'm so glad I caught this. Oh my gosh.
2 nines, 15 in the clip. Aim at the abdominal. 2 5 action, but you with a 10, 2 across. Plus, we gotta show respect.
Yep. So gotta show respect. A 10-2 across, right? So we're talking about the specifications of the Ark of the Covenant.
The domino effect. There's a whole box.
The whole box
This whole plot is to say they not here to see what you do with the pen.
with the pin, right? Okay. Whew. We did it, guys. We did it. This is 25.
Listen, talk to me. They not here to see what you do with the pen. They here to see if I could do it again. You would have sinned, but defying God is buying odds. I OD2, the facade is who you be, low key, this is made.
That was fire. Oh my gosh. I OD2. Defying God is defying the defying God is wait. Defying the odds is defying God. If I OD2, so odd OD2. That's fire. Oh my gosh.
They here to see if I could do it again.
Do it again, bro. That's crazy.
You would have sinned, but defying
You would have sinned. You would have sinned.
God is buying. I could do it again. You would have sinned, but defying God is buying odds.
Defying God is defying odds.
Again, you would have sinned, but defying God is buying odds. I OD2, the facade is who you be, low key, this is made. Or y'all.
When you be low key, this is made. Defying God defying God is to buy an odd. I OD2.
God is buying odds. I OD2, the facade is who you be, low key, this.
Facade is who you be, low key. Okay, yeah. Odin as well. That's also an Odin flip, right? Define okay, so that's an Odin flip, a low key flip, and then he does something with a facade, which is low key, right? So that's also a low key flip, right? Because low key is, you're disguised as something which is a facade, right? That's fire.
But defying God is buying odds. I OD2, the facade is who you be, low key, this is made. Are y'all ready for Jehovah's return? I son the one they adore. Now watch the cheat.
I son the one they adore, Jehovah's return. Talk that Passover.
G-O-D with this fade. I was made in his
Oh,
image.
the G-O-D with this fade, right? God, G-O-D with this fade.
The one they adore. Now watch the G-O-D with this fade. I was made in his image. Figure the crusade who came to finish niggas with true rum. Sit by the sire creed. Wine and crackers who died at.
Wine and crackers. So Rum Nitty had a very fire cracker bar. That of course. Of course, those are subject to, it's not the cleanest. You know, it's not the cleanest raps, but you know, like he had the that. Oh, we're gonna go to that nitty bar later. We're gonna go to nitty bar. It was. Look, I'm not saying battle rap is battle rapping, okay?
That lie who came to finish niggas with true raw, sit by the side, was made in his image. Figure the crusade who came to finish niggas with true raw.
The the crusade, the finish people, right? The crew raid, finish what you run. That's crazy.
Sit by the sire creed.
Sit by the sire creed. Oh my gosh.
Wine and crackers.
Wine and crackers. Talking about. Oh my gosh. Think about this. When they're when the aliens, right? So the Crusaders, like we're going with the aliens, the Crusaders, right? They're coming in. So this is the colonizer angle still. They're coming in to the native lands with wine and crackers, right, and rum, right? So wine, crackers, and rum is insane. Or they call them biscuits, as we call them crackers.
Who died alive and backwards was a sacrifice, a vice for the afterlife. So you wine and crackers who died alive and backwards was a sacrifice.
Who died in live and backwards? Who died in evil?
With true wrong, sit by the sire creed. Wine and crackers who died alive and backwards was a sacrifice, a vice for the afterlife. So you can avoid your fire needs. You in a loss at what cost? It's the grail where you dead, aim, leave you nailed in the head to make.
It goes back to the Grail. It's crazy. The Holy Grail. Back to it.
In a loss at what cost? It's the grail where you dead, aim, leave you nailed in the head to make sure your sire bleed. Bro, gotta be a dichotomy in a moment that was golden. By the third day rose, I was chose to
By the third day rose, I was chose.
give life to a culture that
By the third day chose to give life to the culture, which you know he did, bro. The best round I've heard all year was Daylyt's third, by far. And this verse is up there for one of the best rounds I've heard. And the real six first and second round, insane.
gotta be in a moment that was golden. By the
In the moment that was golden, he's talking about the Holy Grail again.
make sure your sire bleed. Bro, gotta be a dichotomy in a moment that was golden.
Dichotomy. I know what dichotomy means. It's to put things into categories based on their differences and similarities. But what is dichotomy?
To make sure your sire bleed. Bro, gotta be a dichotomy in a moment that was golden. By the
Bro, gotta be a change in the moment that was golden.
third day rose, I was chose to give life to a culture that's been in dire need, the savior. I'm the one who they believe.
To give life to a culture that was in dire need? That was crazy. Y'all know what a culture is? So, a culture is basically where you take a specimen, right? Or, I mean, you take a group of cells. It could be single-celled organisms, right? Or it could just be, you know, just skin graft or whatever. And you study them based on their anatomical makeup on a dish called a culture, or I mean, well, it's a petri dish, but oh my gosh, why can't I say it? The process of studying it is studying a culture. There you go. Which is crazy because he's talking about seeding life.
To give life to a culture that's been in dire need, the savior. I'm the one who they believe in when it's too live. They had me wrong, like I don't like my drinks virgin. Baby pop up out of nowhere. It's treason for homes.
Dang, bro, that Jesus scheme was crazy. The the baby pop up out of nowhere. And see, these are indirect gun lines again, right? Which is Daylyt's new specialty that he's been using for the last three battles.
If I use the Deuce 5, a scourging, baby pop up out of nowhere. It's treason for homes. If I use the Deuce 5, a scourging.
The baby pop up out of nowhere is treason for homes. Treason for homes. Treason for homes. We're gonna have to. That's clearly something.
One who they believe in when it's too live. They had me wrong, like I don't like my drinks virgin. Baby pop up out of nowhere. It's treason for homes. If I use the Deuce 5.
Oh, treason for homes. Okay, I get it. The baby pop up out of nowhere is treason for homes, which is another alien flip. But treason for homes are like like basically the Virgin Mary was shunned. It's basically a treason for the household, right? So there you go, treason for homes. Perfect.
A square going underneath. Pete, my treason for homes. If I use the deuce five, a square going underneath. Pete, my a square going underneath. Beat my plan too gifted. I double the box when I hand you wicked. Demand you lift it. The Drake ain't in God's plan. You missed it. What you got probably miniature in front of this godly literature. My every commandment, man, you scripted. God's instruction is now right in your face. Light in this.
I caught that one today on the watch back. This one was nasty.
Man, you scripted.
So I've heard the manuscripted bar before, right? So him versus Tay Rock, can lift it manuscripted before the trial date. Oh no, that was the King Los battle. The man you scripted before the trial date, and that was before he hit one of the sickest bars, the annihilate, the um look crazy if annihilate. Wait, look crazy and then annihilate. Oh no, annihilate if the look crazy. And I elate if the look crazy. So like Snake Eyes, basically he has one lazy eye. I mean it's glass, but yeah, that's crazy. So man, you scripted, right? Watch this.
Probably miniature in front of this godly literature. My every commandment, man, you scripted. God's instruction is now right in your face.
Crazy. Man, you scripted. The God's instruction is you now right in right in your face. Like he's saying, I'm doing this right in your face, but man, you scripted right on your face, right in your face. It's crazy. Man, you scripted command. That's crazy. I called that one today. I'm like, that is insane. I don't know. I'm telling you, other people were not catching it in the building, and I wasn't either.
Commandment, man, you scripted. God's instruction is now right in your face. Light in the space, the sunshine with a hot round, top sound. Hey, yo, Doc.
Light in your space, the sun ship with a hot round. Right? Light in your space, sun ship with a hot round.
I got him to watch now. That's what I did it for. To the game I'm married, boy. It's about to get messy, baby. I'm talking biblical. They book.
Talk that Jesus flip again. Like, oh man, he's so much of this immaculate conception slash alien seeding, like alien what do you call it, DNA seeding as well. This whole thing is a bunch of alien flips. It's crazy. And then messy baby, obviously the immaculate conception.
To the game I'm married, boy. It's about to get messy, baby. I'm talking.
And then married boy, Mary's boy is Jesus. Married boy. To the game I'm married boy. Mary's boy, Jesus. That's a bit of a stretch, a little bit of a stretch. Married, Mary's boy. But it's fire though.
That's what I did it for. To the game I'm married, boy. It's about to get messy, baby. I'm talking biblical. They book a God versus an alien.
I'm talking biblical. They book a God. The Bible is the book of God. Like, I'm talking. They booked a God. Daylyt 1-0 clear.
To get messy, baby. I'm talking biblical. They book a God versus an alien. Nephilim.
Nephilim. Like, that's all you had to say. They book a God versus an alien Nephilim. And this battle over.
Baby, I'm talking biblical.
And then he's also talking a biblical baby, right? A biblical baby from an alien would be the Nephilim, right? Well, from an angel slash alien. Like angels and aliens are going to be synonymous for the purpose of Daylyt's story, because we're, like I said, Zachariah Ascension, Anunnaki stuff. That's what we're looking at.
They book a God versus an alien, Nephilim, Assyrians, reptilians, the Arcadians, Palladian ship is what we know.
All this aliens.
Nephilim, Assyrians, Arcadians, reptilians when I send attack, alien pop.
That was crazy. I'm telling you, no one was catching this in the building. We were looking dumb. Oh my gosh. I send attack. First of all, that's like a pentuple entendre, bro. I'm telling you. I send attack. He's talking about, okay, so I send attack. Send, S-I-N. I send attack. I send attack, right? So he's talking about aliens coming to the earth, right? I send attack, right? Right. I send attack. So like a tactical right, like this is a gun flip, right? So the third one would be a gun flip. I send attack. Can y'all catch the alien flip there? Attack, tic tac, right? So we're going for attack. I send attack, right? So now we're going planetary seeding by aliens again, bro. That I'm telling you, Daylyt was every single word in this battle. Like I send attack is insane, and no one caught that. Like we all look stupid. No one caught that.
Assyrians, Arcadians, reptilians when I send attack, alien pop.
That is insane. When I send attack, there might be a quadruple. I said pentuple. I think that's a quadruple. I listed four.
Assyrians, Arcadians, reptilians when I send attack, alien pop up, we flash at his face if you see my
And alien pop up, by the way. Send attack.
aliens. Reptilians when I send attack, alien pop up, we flash at his face if you see my men in black, we really done. Alien pop up again, Jiminy Cricket, we hit him with the minigun. Barrier, half a drum for wrong. Anybody in the area get 51. The best.
Area 51, obviously. Yeah, this was over a long time ago. This was over a long time.
The best ever. Disagree, I could say that he bluffing. Nina on me at all times, nigga, day in the cuffing. Luck said, fuck it, let's get abducted. I could say it.
Day into cuffing. Day into cuffing. Day into cuffing. Nina on me, day into cuffing. I mean, I understand with that, like a girl with you, you know, cuffing season, like when you're with someone, like you're staying together, right? I'm trying to see if there's something else there.
The best ever. Disagree, I could say that he bluffing. Nina on me at all times, nigga, day in the cuffing.
Nina on me all times, day into cuffing.
Disagree, I could say that he bluffing.
Disagree, I can say that he bluffed. Like he says certain things where I'm not sure if it's a setup or not. Because obviously, like 10 days from now, it's not a setup. Right now, it's a setup to me, and that's why I try to go back because I try to cut that 10 day to now. Right.
The best ever. Disagree, I could say that he bluffing.
Could say that he bluffed. Let me know if y'all know what that if I'm missing something there.
Nina on me at all times, nigga, day in the cuffing. Luck said, fuck it, let's get abducted. I could say it was nothing. Put out some big shit. Got the fourth kind, like how? Word, blah. Now the alien ducking. I gotta bleed them. They starved. Soon as I see them, they hard. They said the nigga was from another planet. Soon as I see them,
ARs was okay. So what people don't know about that bar right there is that bar. Of course, we've seen MARS, right? We've seen Mars, right? Bars before. What people don't know is that bar is a connection to his Tay-Rock battle where he messed up and he skipped. When he was doing the planet scheme, he skipped Mars. He meant to say like a marsupial, right? So what was it? Let me think. I've done all, but still planted seeds. Granted, the beats come around. No, that's too far. Galaxy. Shoot. Wait, I got this. It's weird starting in the middle of the round for me. Let's start. Okay. Or bit for me simply is constellate for the rhymes today. Slow down now is what I tried first, but I didn't see no media writing comments. But still, I just thought it was the skies burst wise first when light showed in Uranus, moon, the world almost divide Turk. But the way I murk, I know I can. But the way I write, I know I can murk. You read the lyrics, you see it, the lyric. Oh my gosh, I'm butchering this. Okay, let me stop. Still orbit from me, simply constellate for the rhymes today. Slow down now is what I tried first, but I didn't see no media writing comments. Instead, I created the disguise burst wise first, but light you showing Uranus, moon, the world almost divide. Interpret the way I write, I know I can murk you, read the lyrics. You hear it, a queer is what I put inside Earth. I got a deal in EP, tuned up with a sign or marry my wife like a marsupial. Right? So he was supposed to say, marry my wife like a marsupial. The drive hurt, right? So marry my wife. Saturn the ring, like a marsupial, the drive hurt. Right, that's what he was supposed to say, but he goes, "Man, my wife, Saturn in the ring, with a live church." Right, Saturn in the ring with a live church, like a marsupial. That's what you're supposed to say. But you just skip to now the garage looked like a Venus. The drive hurt. Okay, so he skipped the Mars reference there, and so when he's referencing to Nitty, he's bringing all that back to say like, okay, he's only going to do the Mars one. So he didn't do any of the other planets, and he only did the Mars, and which I thought was insanely fascinating. But the people in the crowd didn't really catch it as well as I did. I'm like, yo, I knew what he was doing there. I knew what he was doing.
The nigga was from another planet. Soon as I see him, ARs. Woo!
Fire.
Block on me. Brand phony. Your dead homies spill wrong. This one for the dead homies beat me.
That's terrible. I'm sorry, Daylyt. That was terrible. This one for the dead homies. We heard that so many times. That was like the one. It was like one or two bars where I'm just like, Daylyt, come on.
But not, sir. This is what battle rap look like. These niggas are imposters. Gun bar what? No weapon formed against me. Shall prosper. Tom.
Yeah, insane round. We got 3 Bible quotes. All of them had to deal with aliens. This one had to deal with Ark of the Covenant, which I just now thought about that. Ark of the Covenant is supposedly supposed to be some alien gun, right? I mean, not alien gun, some alien weapon, some like ultra radiated weapon. So, and apparently, like, this was the aliens' big weapon, according to Zechariah Ascension, right? And some other ancient Sumerian pseudo text, right? Specialist. So this one was interesting. I just now realized that the Ark of the Covenant is a huge alien thing. Yeah, so we had the alien bars. So yeah, the 2, 2, 3s, 9s, 29s, 15s, and then 25, 10. I'm surprised I caught the Exodus one. That was the hardest one to catch because I was looking at abdominal when I shouldn't have been. I should have been looking at the next part. Okay. All right. As far as Nitty goes, Nitty's second. He wins clear. We're gonna play a little bit of Nitty's second.
Think about it. Got sunshine, body rock first, but that dawn on.
Sorry. We need.
You missed it. What?
Okay. No. We go here.
Come bleeding them. Alright, can y'all ears and
Okay, so prepare your ears for this. This is one of so I showed the earlier part of Nitty in the beginning of the third. The beginning of Nitty's first is probably the weakest part of the entire battle, besides Daylyt choking. But Nitty's beginning of his second and third are some of the best writing from Nitty ever. And this scheme right here is crazy.
Hey, listen. Open your ears to me real quick too. Hey, I'm destined to rap. Even though I got my rise in the east, I gotta shine for the sets in the west.
Fire already.
Cause we don't play. The streets don't play. When a soul's this cold, it get dark fast. That's
So first of all, he's talking about sunlight, right? The sets, rises in the east, and then the sets on the west, right? And then he goes into winter and solstice, right?
cause we don't play. The streets don't play. When a soul's this cold, it get dark fast.
When a soul's this cold, it get dark fast. It's crazy. Winter solstice, you get the shortest day, longest night, right? It gets dark fast. It gets dark really early.
That's how we was play. The streets don't play. When a soul's this cold, it get dark fast. That's how we was raised. Seeing don't play. When a soul's this
Sorry,
cold, it get dark fast. That's how we was raised. Seeing.
Why is it lagging?
Take one of ours, it's retaliation either way. Tinted up SUV, come bleed the block where your people stay. Hop out the equinox that same night and get even day.
Hop out the equinox and get even day. Crazy.
Bleed the block where your people stay. Hop out the equinox that same night and get even day.
Hop out the equinox that same night and get even day. Night and day, even during the equinox, day and night are the exact same length. crazy get even day. That is insane. I'm telling you, this is on the level of what Rock was doing, but a little bit higher. Like the pain is a little bit sneakier than what Rock was doing.
Come bleed the block ain't gonna play.
I'm gonna play the whole thing back.
Gotta shine for the. Even though I got my rise in the east, I gotta shine for the sets in the west. Cause we don't play. The streets don't play. When a soul's this cold, it get dark fast. That's how we was raised. Seeing.
Why is it?
Take one of ours, it's retaliation. Either way, tinted up SUV, come bleed the block where your people stay. Hop out the equinox that same night and get even day. Cause he insane. Even though I got them seeing pain, your people ours, it's retaliation. Either way, tinted up SUV, come bleed the block where your people stay. Hop out the equinox that same night and get even day. Cause he in pain when the feel like the world turned on him. And he
Feel like the world turned on him. It's crazy.
night and get even day. Cause he in pain when the feel like the world turned on him. And he need the game. Mama ain't want them bad seeds planted around her, son. But he start repping the season change. You caught that?
The season change. I'm telling
You
you.
caught that?
Yeah, Rum Nitty's different. Rum Nitty's different. Okay, so that's gonna be it for this stream. I'm definitely going to get a better breakdown of that first. Right. I didn't do Rum Nitty enough justice in this. I know that. Rum Nitty, amazing. But we're gonna cut this one right here, and we'll do Daylyt's second round, and we'll do Rum Nitty's second round in its entirely next time. All right.